the bar and expand our reach. Through Afromedia radio and social media channels, the viewpoint here transcends the narrow constraints of traditional media. In the human story, we take sides. Leading personalities are interviewed. We conduct professional reviews and reports. The original content we produce is created and presented by international journalists. You can only watch Canadian Afromedia channels. It was and still is a very enriching experience to interact with you. All opinions are welcome, but they are not our view.
In the coming show, we will have a guest from South Africa who is both an author and a speaker. The CEO of the African Portal Radio TV International based in South Africa. Further, he is also an author, motivational speaker, model, and businessman. He also studied journalism at the University of Pennsylvania. He is the founder of and member of several organizations advocating for the African state and African development.
The greatest show on ice, Dancing on Ice, returns.
From Ottawa City, the capital of Canada. Together, we raise the bar and expand our reach. Through Afromedia radio and social media channels, the viewpoint here transcends the narrow constraints of traditional media. In the human story, we take sides. Leading personalities are interviewed. We conduct professional reviews and reports. The original content we produce is created and presented by international journalists. You can only watch Canadian Afromedia channels. It was and still is a very enriching experience to interact with you. All opinions are welcome, but they are not our views, and we assume no responsibility.
Thank you very much, everyone. I really appreciate it. Welcome to this great time on the space, and we really appreciate every one of you connecting to us, no matter where you are, no matter the country you reside. I greet you according to your time zone. I'm just waiting, looking forward to John Fashanu to connect to this broadcast this right now, right here on the African Portal. I would really appreciate the people behind the scene. If you can, yeah, thank you very much. We're just waiting for John Fashanu to connect with us on this broadcast this hour. He's already at the back of the stage earlier on. I think he's already engaged with something right now, so we have been trying to bring him back onto this podium so that we can start this program fully. But I have some few clips of his new skills that is just displaying. You know, it was a very fascinating and very interesting to see him doing that after, over the age of 60. You know, he's a great hero. The ice dancing Doing it at the age of 60, I mean, above the age of 60, is more interesting. And I'm so delighted. I'm so happy to have him on this broadcast for us to talk about the skill and talk about how it feels and some of the ups and downs in getting this done. So those are the conversations we are going to be having on this broadcast this hour. I really appreciate every one of you, and I want to please you, please share this program. Share it, let it go viral. The more you share it, the more you give it opportunity to go viral. I just want to have few video from the studio. If you don't mind, if you can display some of the video of John Fashanu where he's engaging with the dance in I mean the ice dance, and if we can just put it on the spotlight, then we take it from there. If you have
The greatest show on ice, Dancing on Ice, returns Sunday the 15th of January.
Broadcast from Ottawa City, the capital of Canada. Together, we raise the bar and expand our reach. Through Afromedia radio and social media channels. The viewpoint here transcends the narrow constraints of traditional media. In the human story, we take sides. Leading personalities are interviewed. We conduct professional reviews and reports. The original content we produce is created and presented by international journalists. You can only watch Canadian Afromedia channels. It was and still is a very enriching experience to interact with you. All opinions are welcome, but they are not our views, and we assume no responsibility.
In the coming show, we will have a guest from South Africa who is both an author and a speaker. The CEO of the African Portal Radio TV International based in South Africa. Further, he is also an author, motivational speaker, model, and businessman. He also studied journalism at the University of Pennsylvania. He is the founder of and member of several organizations advocating for the African state and African development.
Thank you very much, everyone, joining us. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the pleasure of your time. That is a great performance you have seen there by John Fashanu. And we are still waiting for him to connect with us on this program. But before we go to that, let me just quickly give you a kind of background of what is going to be coming on this program this hour. As we are still waiting for the guests to come in, we are going to be refilling some of the things, and we are going to be promoting some of the African languages. At the same time, we are going to be speaking about the things that can bring the progress to our community, especially to Africa as a continent, and also to everyone that will be watching this video. Some of the words, some of the things that you need to use, especially as we are going into the new week, as we are going to a new month. You know, there are so many information that we can put on the space for you that can help you and that can also encourage you as you are going. A lot of people are going through so many things in the world today, and a lot of people don't have people to speak to. But I just want to encourage somebody watching this program that no matter what it is, try to be nice to the people, because you don't know what other people are going through. So try to be nice to people. You know, when we are having our space, don't selfish or so self-centered about our space, not to share it with others. Let's share whatever we have that we know it can help others, that we know it can bring progress to others, that we know that it can also bring joy to others. Let's share it with them. If you have information, it's further information that can help others, kindly share it with people around you. Like the program you are watching on Afromedia Canada, this is another privilege that you can share this program. Share it as many times as possible for other people to have access to it, because it's going to be a blessing to them in one way or the other. So that would be a great thing you can do in your community, in your society. We're living in a society where people try to make themselves island, and they don't want to communicate with others. They don't want to support the other, and they don't want to show love to others. And we are talking to you right now, encouraging you. Let's change that narrative. Let's try to embrace ourselves. No matter the age, no matter the where you are, no matter the country, no matter the color of your skin. I just want us to have that at the back of your mind, that every one of us, we are so important. It's not about your skin or the country you are coming from or where you are living. It's about you being nice to others. It's about you seeing other human beings as yourself. Before you see anybody judge anybody with their language or with their culture or with their beliefs, which is their religion, first see them as a human being, because that's very important and paramount. You know, when you see people the way they are, when you communicate with people, interact with people according to the based on their being, that they are human being, that will give you opportunity to see them beyond their religion and see them beyond their culture or the color of their skin. And that is one of the conversations that we are going to be having on this broadcast this hour. And I want to celebrate those of you that you are joining us. This is coming to you live and direct from Afromedia Canada in connection with the African Portal Radio TV International, based here in Pretoria, South Africa. Let me use this time to greet everyone, no matter where you are, no matter the language you speak. I greet you according to your time zone, and I greet you according to your language in South Africa. Dumela, Ashe, Moloi, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to everyone, no matter where you are. And shalom to everyone, no matter where you are. Hello in English-speaking country, and also bonjour in French-speaking country. In other countries of the world, and in the Portuguese-speaking country, obrigado, thank you for joining us. I greet you all, no matter where you are. Please kindly share this program. The more you share this program, the more you give it opportunity to go viral. Share it as many times as possible. Be part of this great hour. Be part of this conversation. I'm going to be giving you some background of who John Fashanu is. Many people know him as a footballer, but this time around, he's going into another skill. which is very interesting and very fascinating because he's in another dimension. You know, if you know him as footballer before, but right now he's doing something great in England. He's doing something wonderful. I was speaking to him yesterday, and we are sharing he's sharing the experience of this new space with me. It was a beautiful conversation, and I'm amazed by what he is doing right now. Is so interesting and it's so great. And I want to, when I tell you, please go and vote for him. I'm going to put that information on the space as well for you to also go out there and vote for him. Your vote for John Fashanu will be a very great thing to do. So please go out there, go and vote for him. It is going to be available on the space. I'm going to share that with you as well. So please, for everyone that is joining us, please kindly share it, share it, share it, share it. A former professional footballer in his former career, he was a center forward from 1978 to 1995. Most notably in an 8-year spell at Wembley, in which he won the FA Cup in 1988, scored over 100 goals in all competition, and born in 18 September 1962, age 60, and he was born in United Kingdom. He was born in the United Kingdom and married to Abigail Fashanu. Also, he is also one of the great people. Also talking about the Malaysia Casa and also children Amel Fashanu, Alana Fashanu, and Akim Fashanu, and Amir Fashanu. Parents Pearl, and also Fashanu, his height is 1.88 meter. Also have a sibling, late Justin Fashanu, additional Fashanu. Those are the information that we are having on this program, and we are having in mind that we are going to having some of the questions thrown to him, so that we can have a robust conversation with him. But we are still not get hold of him to be on this program as we speak. But some of the questions that we are planning to throw to him, I'm going to put it out there as well. For those of you that would like to join, you want to say something about him, you want to know something about him, or you have anything you want to add to this conversation, you can join us on Afro Media Canada. Right now, we are live and direct, and it's also live on the African Portal, www.theafricanportal.co.za. Also available on YouTube and also all other social media. So, in one of the write down that we put together, that is the show introduction. Previously, he worked as a professional footballer, which I said earlier on. The most notable highlight of his former career was an 8 years period with Wembley, and during which he won the FA Cup in 1988. Despite being 60, he is still producing, fit to inspire the world in his art. The show is honored to have our one of the great African legends and one of the global legends with us. That is John Fashanu as our guest tonight. And I'm so happy and I'm so excited that Afro Media Canada is live and direct broadcasting this. Is an international media that is doing so great and partner with many international media houses as well. Please kindly go to our website, share this program, watch it as well, and I will really appreciate if you can also comment on our comment section. I will appreciate that. So after a very short break, we've been right away. The show question is as this: how did you become interested in football and ice dance? Those are the questions that we have for him. And the second one is what has been your approach to balancing the demand of both sports. And the third question is, as an Afro-British athlete, what challenges have you faced? That is the third question. And what influenced your approach to both sports as a result of your cultural heritage? And in your career so far, what have been some of the highlights? Using your platform, as how have you raised awareness about Afro-British issues? And if you were to give advice to young athletes pursuing career in football and ice dancing, what will it be? In order to achieve your goals, how have you stayed motivated and focused? What impact has technology had on the way you training and compete? Which challenge do you believe athletes face today? Have you been able to train and complete as usual since the pandemic began? Are there any characteristics that distinguish Afro-British athletes from other athletes? When competing at a high level, what is the most important thing athletes should remember? Are there any goals you hope to achieve in both sports in the future? The show is going to be concluded and have an international achiever as a guest today taught us some great tips on staying on top of the game. We are grateful to our global audience and our international media partner, Afromedia Canada. Please kindly watch, share afromediacanada.com. Now, thank you for your time and have a wonderful day. Before we conclude on that, those are the questions that we have prepared for John Fashanu that we believe that we're going to do a justice to. But unfortunately, it's not right here as we have been trying to reach out to him and we are unable to get hold of him. But I believe that we are going to bounce back. We're going to make sure that we bring him back on this program, and we're going to make sure that we have a better conversation. He's been waiting for us before, but unfortunately right now, probably have engaged in some other assignment. So currently we are unable to reach out to him. So if you are joining this program, please, I just want you to do me a favor by sharing it. I still have a lot of things I'm going to share with you on this program this hour before we call it a day. I still have a lot of messages that is there for everyone watching this program, no matter where you are. I still have a lot of word of encouragement, and I still have a lot of things that we are going to be sharing together. Let's watch this and see.
broadcast from Ottawa City, the capital of Canada. Together, we raise the bar and expand our reach. Through Afromedia radio and social media channels. The viewpoint here transcends the narrow constraints of traditional media. In the human story, we take sides. Leading personalities are interviewed. We conduct professional reviews and reports. The original content we produce is created and presented by international journalists. You can only watch Canadian Afromedia channels. It was and still is a very enriching experience to interact with you. All opinions are welcome, but they are not our views, and we...
In the coming show, we will have a guest from South Africa who is both an author and a speaker. The CEO of the African Portal Radio TV International based in South Africa. Further, he is also an author, motivational speaker, model, and businessman. He also studied journalism at the University of Pennsylvania. He is the founder of and member of several organizations advocating for the African state and African development.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us. I really appreciate your time and I really appreciate the great connection that you are connecting with us. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the pleasure of your time. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We are still currently not be able to, his line is engaging. Let's hope that he's going to be able to connect with us. We can see that his line is engaging. Probably we can still be able to connect with him. Definitely, if we manage to connect with him, we will put him on the spotlight. The line is still not. Join us, and ITVX is the TV where you can vote for him. Please, you can go ahead and do the voting for him via that media space. We believe that if we get in touch with him, we definitely put him on the spotlight on this program. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your job at the behind the scene. You are doing a great job, and I really appreciate it. Thank you very, very much for that. Thank you, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's highly appreciated. The guys are doing so great in the studio there in Canada. We are still not able to get hold of John Fashanu at the moment as we speak, but we are going to continue on this program as it's exciting time, and it's a beautiful, lovely time on the African Portal Radio TV International and Afromedia Canada. It's a lovely, beautiful, lovely time with John Fashanu, having him on the spotlight, even though he's not currently in the studio, but putting his videos and his performance. You can imagine the man of age of 60, doing this. It's really, really, really interesting what he is doing. I'm so excited. I'm so delighted to see him doing this, achieving this great task. This is lovely. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. The legend will always remain legend. I really appreciate it. Yesterday when I was talking to him, he was telling me that it wasn't easy at the beginning. It's going through a lot of challenges when he's going to training, and he has going through the training, having some challenges, having his face fall on his face and stuff like that. But finally, he managed to make it after 4 months training. After 4 months training, this thing you are saying now is been a hard working behind the scene. He has been a hard working behind the scene, and he's doing it great. But you cannot become a professional. It's when you test yourself, when you practice. Practice make perfect. That's what they say. Practice make perfect. So he has practiced and he has undergo a lot of training before he can be able to do this so well. And I'm so proud of him. And I believe every other Africa as well will be so proud of him for this great performance. It is lovely. It is great. He's over 60 years old. He's still doing great things for himself and for his fatherland and for his continent. It is a lovely, beautiful idea. And I'm so excited. I'm so happy to see him doing this great performance live and direct. All right. So let's go to the aspect of this program whereby we are going to be discussing some of the issue happening around us, especially here in Africa and also the rest part of the world. And one of the things that we want to be discussing is issue of the us not really supporting ourselves, especially Africa, tearing ourselves apart, not believing in ourselves, not being able to help ourselves, not being able to show love for ourselves. This is one of the challenges that is bringing African down, and we need to come out of this because the earlier we embrace ourselves, the better. The earlier we show love to ourselves, the better. And I think that will take us far. That will take us far. So let's just have that at the back of our mind that loving ourselves is one of the great things that we can do for ourselves. What connects us together, what puts us together is more stronger than what is dividing us. The love is stronger than hatred. So let's embrace love. Let's love ourselves. Let's believe in ourselves. Let's show love to one another. Let's support one another. Let's help one another. Let's believe in one another. Let's make this global village a beautiful, lovely place to stay. Let's make this place a lovely place that everyone will live side by side, regardless of their country, regardless of their color, the color of their skin, regardless of their belief, that we live side by side without having any issues with ourselves. These are what we can do for ourselves, and this is the message that is coming to you from us here right now, right here on the African Portal Radio TV International. Let's embrace ourselves. Let's celebrate our diversity. Let's celebrate who we are. We are first human beings before we become whatever we become. And don't let what is dividing us or what is separating us, don't let it be what we focus on. Rather, let's make what is uniting us be the main focus. Let's focus on what is uniting us. Let's call the main thing the main thing. And the main thing is you are a first human being before you become whatever you become. And that is what is this. So let's embrace ourselves. Let's celebrate ourselves. Let's show love to one another. Let's believe in ourselves. Let the love lead. And we will see ourselves strengthening. We see ourselves making it. We see ourselves successful. We see ourselves being great. Our continent will become a great continent. And our cities will become great cities. You know, no matter how your city look like, or your home look like, or your society look like, it's a reflect of who you are. It's a reflect of who you are. Whether you are is beautiful, whether it's not beautiful, whether it's palatable, that is the reflection of who you are. If you go to England, if you go to Canada, if you go to some of the country of the world, you see their city, you see how it was planned, you see how everything was. Same thing is when you go to other African countries and you see how things, the system, how it's been put in place. The only thing I want you to know is that no matter how your environment or your society look like, it's a reflection of who you are. It has shown who you are. It has shown your personality, your capability. It has shown to the world that this is who you are. So I want us to do good in our society, in our community. Let's do the right thing at the right time. Let's give the right thing in the right place. Let's put the right people in the right position. Let's speak the right words at the right time. Let's celebrate our diversity and let's celebrate ourselves. Let's show love to each other. Let's believe in ourselves. Instead of tearing ourselves apart, let's believe in ourselves. Let's help ourselves. Let's celebrate our originality. We are first human beings before we become whatever we become. And that is the fact. And nothing can change that. So I want to really appreciate every one of you connecting. I just want to put the video back on the spotlight. Let's just show some of the skills and the performance of John Fashanu before we round up this section. Kindly put it out. Let's see.
broadcast from Ottawa City, the capital of Canada. Together, we raise the bar and expand our reach. Through Afromedia radio and social media channels. The viewpoint here transcends the narrow constraints of traditional media. In the human story, we take sides. Leading personalities are interviewed. We conduct professional reviews and reports. The original content we produce is created and presented by international journalists. You can only watch Canadian Afromedia channels. It was and still is a very enriching experience to interact with you. All opinions are welcome, but they are not our views, and we...
In the coming show, we will have a guest from South Africa who is both an author and a speaker. The CEO of the African Portal Radio TV International based in South Africa. Further, he is also an author, motivational speaker, model, and businessman. He also studied journalism at the University of Pennsylvania. He is the founder of and member of several organizations advocating for the African state and African development. In the coming show, we will have a guest from South Africa who is both an author and a speaker. The CEO of the African Portal Radio TV International based in South Africa. Further, he is also an author, motivational speaker, model, and businessman. He also studied journalism at the University of Pennsylvania. He is the founder of and member of several organizations advocating for the African state and African development.
We broadcast from Ottawa City, the capital of Canada. Together, we raise the bar and expand our reach. Through Afromedia radio and social media channels. The viewpoint here transcends the narrow constraints of traditional media. In the human story, we take sides. Leading personalities are interviewed. We conduct professional reviews and reports. The original content we produce is created and presented by international journalists. You can only watch Canadian Afromedia channels. It was and still is a very enriching experience to interact with you. All opinions are welcome.